Hello and welcome. One second. So I'm gonna turn on some music. Let's put it up. Yeah, a little. Just a nice background music. So I need to get rid of this. Okay, hello and welcome. I think everything should be fine. So today is a little bit of a odd stream for me, since I'm usually more game oriented. So, and also, the crime rates in Sweden, I'm not really familiar with that, but as far as I know, Sweden is still regarded as one of the most safe countries in the world, so it's probably not that bad, I assume. Okay, yeah, I guess Sweden is not as wasn't it like all the Scandinavian countries? Yeah, I thought all the Scandinavian countries, so Nordic areas, were super well developed in regards of basically anything, crime, so on and so on. Yeah, the US is still worse. The highest in Europe? Okay, that... No, the list is not over. It hasn't even started. One second, I need to turn this on. We are just discussing crime rates in Sweden, very similar to anime tier list. So I guess I find this one. I think that should be basically everything I watched on. Probably, maybe not everything. I watch a lot. I've watched a lot. Currently, not that much. But I'm still shocked that Sweden is apparently such a shithole. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. In Austria, yeah, you probably only can flex with your anime watching history in a community like the Vtuber community, since we are all fucking weeps. But if you go into a normal area, people would probably just, yeah, look at us strange. But yeah, I had to study a little bit of Austrian law, but in Austria it's basically like, yeah, if you are a youth, so everyone under, unless with some special regulation stuff, everyone under the age of 18 has to has half the normal penalty is the maximum, and there's no minimum. So people could just, yeah, for example, if an adult would be 20 years, a child would be 10 years at max, minimum nothing. So it depends. There are some isekai trash that's fun, but One Punch Man has to be at least here. I assume that's the second season. Second season is not good compared to first one. Yeah, I still don't understand why isekai. I understand why it is popular as a narrative design, but I still, why can't you just make a normal fantasy show? Why does it have to be isekai? 99% of the series, it doesn't really matter if it was isekai or not. Um, I think that's the oops, 1 second. That should be it. I'm not super familiar with the names usually, but usually if you see the cover, I know. I haven't watched those two, but I watched the first. What's it called? I didn't think so. I'm also actually, you could probably do it as long the cover is censored, but yeah. It wouldn't be a very engaging list since yeah, I'm not really that knowledgeable. maybe someday. I have to figure out what someone has to. If you pay me $1 million right now, I'll do it. But otherwise, I have to think about it. And yeah, SAO, the first season of SAO was pretty alright, I guess. But after the second season, it was not really good anymore. I guess it was okay. This one, 1 second. This one is the second season. The second season was okay. The first season was absolutely fantastic. If you haven't watched Promised Neverland is the first season was super good, super intelligent, just nice. The second season was that of kind of disaster where people tried to cleanse the name out of the credits since they didn't wanted the second season in their resume. So yeah, oh yeah, I'm gonna chat a little. The thing is, I know probably all of them from looking at just the cover. Okay, I don't know this one, but it looks also like a bit of trash. But I don't know the names usually. For me, it's also I know all the characters usually in a series or manga or whatever, but I never remember the names. If I read something like a manga, I usually don't even bother reading the name. I just memorize somewhat of the name, since with my dyslexia, it doesn't matter if I try to read it, it would come out as the right name. There is a character, a tier list. We can do that afterwards. My idea was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, then maybe games, I don't know, whatever, we will see. River of Ash and Fantasy. I'm just gonna Google that, since, like I said, I don't know the names, but if I see it, I can probably tell you if I watched it and how nice it was. Okay, 1 second. I think I watched it, but I don't really remember. I think I might have started it and dropped it or something. It was not super memorable, but it was also not trash, I guess. What? 1 second. JJBA. I need to, like I said, I need to look that everything up. I'm absolute trash with. Oh, JoJo Bizarre Adventure. Oh, okay, yeah, of course I have watched JoJo. I'm not sure if I watched the latest season, so the one with the prison lady, the second season of that, since I think you are onto something. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is fun. Gintoki, I haven't really watched it, but it is pretty good. It is a very long running series, so I think you could probably. Kaiju number 8, yeah, I still watch it. I'm at episode 9, I think. I'm not sure if it's on the list. I think that list is a little bit old. Speedwagon, you are trash. Speedwagon is not top 5 waifu. Speedwagon is the top waifu. You disgust me. Speedwagon deserves to be top. Oh. Yeah, yeah, Kaiju number 8. I don't know. It's nice, I guess, but it's not the best series ever, I would say. I think that's a fair assessment. The animation is pretty alright. The pacing feels a little off sometimes, but overall it's alright. You're joking. There is a official, I don't know. There is a Elden Ring manga, which came out I think 2 months or so after the game, and it is actually supposed to be quite nice. So, I haven't read it, but I saw a few little things about it, and apparently they put in community jokes and everything. So, for example, with the mainless guy and so on. So it's a little bit comedy following Tarnish through Elden Ring, and yeah, imagine you follow a character when someone tells you, yeah, you're maidenless. Okay, to be honest, it depends. In regards of design, perfect. You can make something incredible out of the art design and so on. The only issue is with story. You can probably, if you have a good writer, you can make a anime series out of Elden Ring or Dark Souls, but the story is often quite convoluted or open for interpretation and so on. So making a narrative that's actually engaging but doesn't take away from the Elden Ring feeling might be tough. I haven't watched this one. It's supposed to be super good, but I don't watch sports anime. Math time. I hate math. I watched this one. This one is alright. I guess it is just trash. It's funny. What kind of math? I think math, the subject, and math, the substance is written differently, but for me it's the same. So, 10 high 10. I assume that it's been a while. It means it's 10. I don't know the number. Probably no one knows the number. It's 10 plus whatever many series. 10 plus 10 series, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while. $10 billion? Is it billion? Yeah, it might be. Undead humor Elden Ring skits. No, but I Vira the Dirtly, I think that's a channel name, made funny skits about Dark Souls, which were pretty nice. I don't like math. I have a relative high understanding of math since I had to from school, but I still despise it. Yeah. I dropped this one I'm just gonna switch back and forth from chatting, and then if I remember, I'm gonna switch back to putting something on the list and whatever. I dropped this one. It's not bad, but I don't know. I get bored, I think. If you have watched it, it is nice, I guess. It is basically like One Piece or whatever. It's a bit of trash, but it's fun trash. The main character is a little bit insufferable, but I guess okay. I don't know what this is. Oh, ReZero. I haven't watched ReZero when it came out, since it took super long till it was dubbed, and I think back then I only watched German dub, since some of you might hate me for this. I only watch dub series, since dyslexia is a bitch. Yeah, Tokyo Ghoul. I know people who are super, yeah, it's the best ever, and some that are like, yeah, it's absolute trash. I would say it's, yeah, somewhere up here. Actually, was Promised Neverland Season 2 better? I'm not sure. I guess you can watch it, it's fine, it's fun if you watch it, but do you want to rewatch it or anything? Nah. One second. Uda, I think I heard of the series, but I'm not super sure if I watched it. Okay, no, I haven't. 69 high. 69. 69 is just, the answer is just nice. And if there are two 69, it's just double nice. Promised Neverland deserves the highest praises, basically. But the second season, actually, yeah, to be honest, objectively, the second season is probably around here. It's not good, but yeah, I convinced myself. The first season was fantastic. All people loved it. It was one of the, I don't know, highest regarded anime series back then. And then the second season came out. I can annoy you with math. I know the number pi to the, I think, 10th number after the comma, but only in German. 3,14159265358. Nein. I don't know why, but Ooh, and the problem is another is fantastic. It's one of the first and one of the best horror animes I ever watched. I watched one that's maybe even higher nowadays, but it is fantastic. I didn't know if you could make a second season and make it as good as the first one, since the first one is that good, since you never know what's gonna happen. It's basically the mystery, since even the main character, no one is really sure what's gonna happen, who is evil, who is real, whatever. Yeah, Fox News is always talking about foxes, didn't you know? BBC, yeah, the British just like BBC. I'm not gonna fault them. Ooh, isekai trash, but I don't know. I love Overlord. I think, was it the second or third season? The one scene where he is fighting in the Colosseum against the adventurer who broke in. I don't know. It was just super funny. Sorry, that's objectively probably maybe around here, but for me, I have to go higher. I have to, my boy. Fairy Tail, I'm not sure. It's hard for me to judge the general consensus about Fairy Tail. But some people absolutely adore it, but at the same time, it's not super popular. I watched it, I dropped it at a point, so it should be here for me, but I guess it is probably also up here. It's just whatever. I don't really care about the British, but I know one or two British people, and they were like, yeah, to shit on the British is something good, since I was like, yeah, some people, it's always nice if some people think that I am British or something, since, yeah, it's a nice compliment actually to get, I don't know, confused with a native speaker if you're not a native speaker. And she was like, yeah, if you get confused with a British person, that's actually a pretty huge insult. She is British. She unironically says, "What of water." I'm thinking about making something like a Minecraft server, and yeah, maybe inviting some streamer and with a proximity chat mod, since I think that would be quite funny. One Piece is fantastic. I currently started watching it again. Yeah, I guess, since in Austria most teacher want you to learn British English. It depends. Usually it's like up to the teacher to decide if what they allow. So I had, for example, a teacher who was like, nah, only British English is allowed. Then there are other teachers where like they just go, yeah, as long as it's English, it's fine. There was a pretty annoying conversation with my English teacher where she was like, yeah, what's this called? And chips, so crisps. And everyone was like, yeah, it's called chips, since in German you also say chips. Everyone knows, usually you call them chips. But she was like, no, they are called crisps. And only after the whole class, including the best students, were like, no, fuck you, basically, we are gonna call them chips, she gave in and allowed us to call it chips. And yeah, I might, if I make a server, I might make an open server. I don't know. I'm not really, I haven't worked out the idea, so to be honest, I was considered a special needs student in English till a few years ago. So for the most of my school career, I was considered special needs students in English, and then I started watching everything in English. Nowadays, I would be considered probably the upper echelon of English knowledge in Austria. So I literally had a English teacher slash the headmaster of a school tell my mom, yep, I shouldn't consider going long in the school, since I won't graduate. My English is too bad. I will fail because of my English. Now, I usually am at the top. I don't have cancer. Probably, even though basically cancer is something you have very normally, but usually your body destroys cancer before it becomes actually cancer, and only in a few cases it grows big enough to be problematic. I don't really watch Disney cartoons. There are some Disney movies, but to be honest, I think Ghibli movies are probably better. Yeah, yeah, you always do, but sometimes you actually have cancer. I I like biology. Biology is probably one of my favorite science subjects. I'm actually also somewhat good. Dr. Stone. That fits in. I'm pretty into science. So I actually wanted to write my final paper, my it's not a thesis, whatever, about biology, but sadly in the school I went to, we didn't have enough biology teachers, so it wasn't allowed. So I had to, I think, yeah, I went with basically history, but yeah, it was still very sciencey. But I wanted biology. I like biology. Biology is fantastic. Ooh. How good is Food Wars? It's basically food porn. I haven't read it. For me, reading something is pretty intense, so it takes a long time. So I haven't really gotten to it. I think I read the first chapter, but I don't know. I watched every season that came out. The first, it is sometimes a bit weird and very, very convenient, and the science is more or less alright and correct, but at the same time, yeah, very, very convenient, but obviously. Ooh, Fire Force. Made in Abyss. Made in Abyss is up here. Up here. Made in Abyss is one of the best things I ever watched. I also read the whole manga. I'm at the newest chapter in Made in Abyss. Yeah, I remember when I was in primary school way back, we still had biology slash chemistry and physics, and then they switched it all together. So it's called Naturwissenschaft, so natural science. So all those subjects were combined in basically one. But yeah, and we had that in their school where I had to write a paper as well. But actually, we had a lot of we only had one physics teacher, I think no chemistry teacher, and at least 3 biology teacher. But there were a lot of biology teacher, a lot of people who wanted to write a paper in biology, so I didn't have a spot. Yeah, something like natural science, natural orientation, something like that makes sense. I still, out of those three subjects, I'm pretty good at science in general, but biology is just the easiest and the best. It's also probably the nastiest. Ooh, Sword Art Online. I think that's Sword Art Online, the later season. I never watched it, but it's trash. From everything I saw and heard. Yeah, we have in Austria we don't have letters as letters. We have numbers, so we have 1 to 5. 5 is failed, 1 is the best, and we have 1 plus, but 1 plus is only in for example, if you get a test and a teacher writes a plus to it, so yeah, you did very, very good. But in the final notice, it doesn't exist. It's either a 1 or 2 or whatever. So there's no AA or A plus. Ooh, yeah, there is some slob. I watched one that's pretty weird, but I had to, since it was also, I don't know, it was super funny. I see that on here somewhere. Is it called High School of the Zombies or something like that? This camera angles were just too funny to me. Ooh, that was actually quite a sweet series, I guess. I'm not super into romance, slice of life, whatever, but I watched that one. It was quite sweet. Yeah, anime taught us how to communicate, how to, I don't know, live life. It's not my fault unless you are so super into my voice, but that's also not my fault. I'm in trouble. I think that's Fire Force, the first season. I've watched the first season. It was pretty alright. The story and stuff was not super elaborate, or I don't know. But the fighting animation and everything was pretty nice. And sometimes there are trash shows, but they have very good animation, and that alone is enough to make it at least worth watching a little bit on the side. Ooh. Love is War. I only watched it since it was super, super big. I don't know. I think I dropped it actually. Ooh, Soul Eater. Soul Eater is... There was a super old website that was coming up with YouTube basically. I think in the German space only, but never took off. And they pivoted around from YouTube stuff to basically a free streaming service. I think it's gone now. But they had some animes there in German dub. Soul Eater was one of them. So it was one of the earlier animes I had watched. And yeah, the story, it's a bit weird, but it's cool. You can at least say it's cool. Monster, I sadly haven't watched yet, but from everything I heard, it is basically fantastic. It's very intelligent. Ooh. I gotta make a kill. It's not very good, but it still has a place in my heart. It was probably one of the early animes I watched. And just the fact that basically no one survives is pretty funny. This is a big one. Attack on Titan, I still watch it, But people are like, yeah, it's the best thing ever produced. Yeah, I don't know. It's quite alright, I guess. I don't have radiation sickness, I think. No, I never really got it with radiation. I probably have heavy metal poisoning though. Ooh. I'm not a super huge fan. Seven Deadly Sins? Yeah, Seven Deadly Sins. I even know the name, but I was not a super huge fan. But I think fourth season, it was pretty funny seeing the fans basically cry like little babies, since yeah, it was deserved. The animation quality basically went to dog shit. Some of the screenshots are basically as if I made it, and that's pretty sad. Ooh, Bungie Stray Dogs. Yeah, I haven't read Attack on Titan. I'm probably also not gonna do it. It's good, but I don't know. It's not super groundbreaking. It has very nice action. The story is alright, I guess. The character, I don't know. I'm a bit weirded out by some of them. I don't know why, but yeah. Fate Zero, I think. It was alright, I guess. The Fate series overall is... The Fate series overall was pretty alright, I guess. At least the stuff I watched, since... It is convoluted, the action is fine. The character... It is funny having the historical character just completely all over the place. But yeah, the whole Fate series, I never watched the whole Fate series. I watched Fate Zero, Fate whatever, and whatever, but it is very well known to be one of the most convoluted series ever. So, yeah. Is that Full Metal Alchemist or Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood? I still have a friend who believes Full Metal Alchemist is better than Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. He firmly believes that Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is shit. But Full Metal Alchemist deserves to be probably up here. Objectively, it is probably one of the best series ever. Yeah, the thing was, he watched Full Metal Alchemist. I think I also watched Full Metal Alchemist first, and we were discussing it. I actually rewatched both series to have the argument ready against him. And he was like, nah, yeah, the first, I don't know, 3 or so episodes at least from Full Metal Alchemist, I guess they are perfectly fine. They are also in line with the manga. So the first, I don't know, yeah, let's say 5 episodes, I'm not sure how far it goes, are actually closer to the original manga than Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. But he was like, yeah, he started watching it and it was not really that good, so he dropped it before the actual changes started. After I guess the second half of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is complete trash. The first half, maybe. Ooh, I don't know. Fallout 4 character tier list, maybe. I don't know how many character I'm gonna go through there. What the hell is that? Do I know you? I'm not sure if I know this one. Probably not. At least I haven't watched it, probably. Ooh, My Hero Academia. That's a big one. The first season was pretty alright, but the fandom... If I put it down here, the fandom would probably try and kill me. The first... I'm gonna assume this is everything, yeah. Let's say this is the whole Full Metal Alchemist... not Full Metal Alchemist, My Hero Academia. I think okay is okay spot. The first 1 or 2 seasons... I think, yeah, the second season was with the tournament arc, which was quite cool, I guess. But Midoriya, I think Midoriya is his name, is just such a wimp. He's so annoying. And overall, yeah, I guess it's right. Yeah. Ooh, this one is isekai trash, but it's the good kind of isekai trash. It's probably up here. Since, yeah, it is up here. My Ship Academy? This isekai, it's isekai trash, but it's also a bit degenerate stuff. Yeah, My Ship Academy. Yeah, I guess if you Google any character of My Hero Academia, you will get a lot of shipping and stuff. I don't know, the My Hero Academia community is very into shipping their characters, I guess. I have noticed that, but yeah. It's not something I indulge in usually. So that aspect of the community is just weird to me. But yeah, this isekai, it's isekai trash, but it's, I would say, also degenerate. Yeah, but it's also relatively well written and thought-provoking, I guess. Yeah, I know. What's the call of the trend? I think the checker post. Was it the checker post? Something like that. Where the invisible girl only had shoes and glass and they still looted her. That, to be honest, that's just funny to me. If you loot the invisible girl, that you get respect from me. That's just funny. But yeah. The rest of the shipping is just... Yeah, I guess if you want to do it. I'm also not really someone who reads fanfic or something. It's just... Yeah. Whatever. Ooh, Jojo. Yeah, Jojo is quite alright. Does it deserve to be amazing? Yeah, maybe. Jojo is somewhere up here. Jojo Diamond is Unbreakable is probably my favorite, to be honest. Ooh. Since I saw it. Jujutsu Kaisen. I think some people shed on the second season? Yeah, that's it. Now the second season. Because they were like, yeah, it's not as good or whatever. But the second season of Jujutsu Kaisen is probably one of the best in regards of fighting animation ever. I can't really think of any other series that has that good of fighting animation. It's super nice, crisp and fluid, and very hyper simple. Ooh, Assassination Classroom. Assassination Classroom has a spot in my heart. I don't know, it's sweet. It's a yeah, it's pretty sweet. It's not the best ever, but yeah. I think Assassination Classroom was banned in American schools since, yeah, American schools have some certain problems, so they didn't want anyone to, yeah, assassinate the teacher. And they think, yeah, it is probably because of Assassination Classroom that there were those school shootings, I guess. Yeah, American logic. Ooh, Sword Art Online, the original season. I think that's fair. The OG Sword Art Online, it was quite cringe from time to time, but the original season was not super bad. The second season was where it got weird. Yeah, that's probably fair to say. Since the first season even had some stakes, so if you... There were those issues. If you die in the game, you will die in real life. So people had actually issue if you die. It has consequences, but later on, I think there were no consequences later on. If you died, yeah, you died. Shit happens. And I think there's probably Log Horizon. Log Horizon is much better in that regard, in my opinion. Or is it? I'm pretty sure it's somewhere down here. Okay, I have to save this, or we have to be faster. This is a lot. I have to skip through. I saw something. I Made in Abyss, probably one of my favorite of all time. This deserves to be in front. Nah, but yeah, if you wanna watch something like Sword Art Online but better, watch Log Horizon. I haven't watched this. Yeah, this one. I think I've watched a little bit, so I think I dropped it. It's also somewhat sweet. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I watched at least a few episodes. Yeah, I think that's also a little bit of slice of life trash, but the good, somewhat good kind. Ooh, Demon Slayer. I think that's fair for Demon Slayer. It has nice animation, nice music. The story is alright, I guess. It's not super thought out. It's a bit, yeah, weird. And the way he always is like, yeah, the backstory is of the demons, and nah, they are actually not as bad as you think. They just had circumstances made them bad. I guess. But overall, it is fun. I would say okay is about a 5 out of 10. Yeah, maybe somewhat. So okay is still something you can watch. You can would like as so good is something you can watch. You like, but would you rewatch it? Maybe, but maybe not. Actually, you belong down here. Yeah, I heard that the manga, y- the story, I think it follows about the same story beats, but I heard that that the better experience is just to watch it, since some of the big stuff comes from the animation. I, yeah, the animation and music was pretty good, but the story, I would say the story is probably just average. Not really, not super bad, but also not super good. So reading it, where the best parts of the show are gone, makes it basically worthless. Ooh, Death Note. Death Note, I would put it over here. I don't know. Death Note is probably one of the most recommended starting anime series, since it is pretty good. You need to think, and the characters are well written, unless you watch the Netflix movie. But the original Death Note show is pretty good. But I don't know, I don't really vibe with it as much as some people. And I would let's go through and clarify. Maybe my favorite. That's actually 10 out of 10. One of the best series I ever watched. This is, yeah, pretty good, pretty amazing. This is something, yeah, I would watch, I would rewatch and recommend to most people. This is something, yeah, it's alright, I guess. If you want to watch it, yeah, it's fine. Maybe you rewatch it if it's been quite a while. This is something like, yeah, it's alright if you watch it, but maybe not rewatch it. This is something, yeah, I watched it, it's alright, but you can forget about it. And this is, yeah, you made it through and it hurts. And this is just, yeah, it's trash, absolute trash. Absolute trash, I probably never watched Absolute Trash since... Did I? No, I know there are some absolute trash animes, but I'm not a huge enjoyer of fun trash. So I either watch them or I drop them. Or just never start them from begin with. Shield Hero is once again... It's isekai trash. But it's still fun. The first season is at least. The second and third, yeah, I guess they are alright, but the first season is pretty funny. Just the dude basically struggling through life, being the asshole, and yeah, buying slaves, buying even more slaves, getting beat up, getting accused for whatever crimes. So very fun times. Mob Psycho. Mob Psycho. Mob Psycho. I would put Mob Psycho about the same as One Punch Man. The whole of Mob Psycho is probably slightly below the first season of One Punch Man. That song is weird. I don't like that song. Okay, so Mob Psycho. If I'm not completely mistaken, it is completely finished. So I think it's 3 seasons. It's pretty good. But the first season of One Punch Man is just a little bit more fun. And the reason why I compare them, they are both made by the same author. So the manga is made by the same person. But the ending was actually pretty good of Mob Psycho, which, yeah, is not that often the case. So there are a lot of series where it is alright, and then at the end it falls off. So they stuck the ending, so it is pretty good. What the fuck is that? There's a frog guy. I don't think I'd watch this one. Okay. Nope, I haven't. Ooh, Steins Gate. People will hate me. But I think I dropped it after the second episode. If I'm not completely mistaken. I know it's supposed to be getting better after the second or third episode. But the thing is, I don't really like time travel at the first place. If time travel isn't involved, I don't know, I'm not a huge fan from the beginning. So, I just didn't bother, to be honest. Ooh, Code Geass. I actually rewatched it somewhat recently, since it is fun. I would put it... doesn't deserve to be amazing. I don't know, the mecha fights are a little bit... yeah, very anime, but the rest is pretty nice. 1 second. I need to double check something. Okay, that song is also weird. It's the Nier Automata OST, since it's pretty nice usually. Okay, had to double check something super quick. Okay, yeah, haven't watched. This one is, yeah, I guess over here. It is, yeah, I've watched it quite a while back, I think. And it's about basically, yeah, Aladdin, but the story is very retold. So he's basically, no, Aladdin is his buddy, but that's another person. So yeah, it is all right, I guess. Ooh. What's the name? I think I remember the name. Almost. Oh yeah, Tokyo Revenger. Tokyo Revenger. It's good. I haven't watched the second season yet. I don't know. I saw it pop up, but I didn't get to it as of yet. The second season, I don't really know if it gets better or worse, but the first season, it's pretty alright. And it's somewhat brutal. I like sometimes fucked up stuff. I think that's the second season. I haven't watched the second season of Fire Force. Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga. I actually read the manga of Vinland Saga. And if I read the manga of something, it's either, I don't know, I enjoy trash, or it's one of the best things I know. And Vinland Saga, the first season, for example, Askeladd is probably one of the best villains, even though he is not really a villain in the whole of anime. Askeladd is probably one of my favorite characters ever. He is fantastic. Yeah. I said, when I put it there, I said, yeah, Tokyo Ghoul, I know there are people who either despise it or love it. For me, it's just, yeah, you can watch it. I've only watched the first season, and it's alright, I guess. But yeah, and I know Tokyo Ghoul has some religious fans. I know someone who actually read through the whole manga and is super into Tokyo Ghoul. Ooh. I watched the first season. It is quite okay. It's basically Mob Psycho, but even more leaning into comedy. I haven't watched the second season, but it's basically Mob Psycho, but more comedy. I think it was also on Netflix. I'm not sure if it's still on there. But Tokyo Ghoul, I'm pretty sure the Tokyo Ghoul's fans might not kill me, but My Hero fans might come after me. I'm more scared of My Hero fans than Tokyo Ghoul fans, to be honest. This is also isekai trash, but it's also good isekai trash. There's currently a new season coming out, and I actually enjoyed. Is it up here? Yeah, might as well. Am I? To be honest, yeah, you're right. Since actually, if I say this is not just the first season of Sword Art Online, if it's the whole, yeah, you're down here. Sorry. The first season of My Hero Academia is quite alright, but the second, third, the only good stuff are some of the fighting scenes, and some characters are fine, I guess, but overall, just the Midoriya, I think, is just so a whiny bitch. And the first season, okay, yeah, I guess he is getting there, but his character arc is not really going anywhere. At least not anywhere good. I dropped Bleach. I watched it a little bit, but yeah, it is alright, I guess, but it is a lot of filler, and it stops somewhere. I think they picked it up again, but I'm not interested enough. Banana Fish, I wanted to watch it, but I never got to it since it was not dubbed. Now it is, I think, in English at least. Yeah, I dropped Bleach. I dropped it on my carpet, and now I have a bleached carpet. Now, I dropped Bleach, I think after the Soul Society arc, so the first huge battle arc. Since, yeah, I guess it's alright, but yeah, I know, but yeah, I might pick it up in the future, but for now it's Doro, something like that. I rewatched this one recently. It's a bit weird with the main character, but it is pretty nice and actually somewhat deep. So some of the moral dilemma, it is pretty good. It has very good action and animation and so on, but the story is also pretty good. And it's very fucked up, so if you can't watch someone getting his foot ripped off, you shouldn't watch that, but it's worth it. Ooh, hello. Ooh, Boruto. I haven't watched Boruto. wish list or watch list. If you, it's sometimes a little bit. For some reason, I know that this community is full of fucking weeps. Oh, everyone is showing up today. Yeah, hi. Thanks for the daily tribute. Yeah, Doro, whatever. It is a bit dark and depressive from time to time, but it's super good. Yeah, let's just call it tribute. Musashi Tenchi, yeah, I watched it. I'm currently watching the current season, and it is a bit weird sometimes, but it's pretty nice. Yeah, My Hero Academia. It was up here first, but I was convinced to put it down since it's not My Hero Academia first season. It's My Hero Academia everything as of yet. So everything I watched as of yet. The first season would be, I guess, somewhere here, but we were saying, yeah, the My Hero Academia fandom will rip me apart, but once again, the first season is fine. But for example, the main character, his character arc goes from very whiny bitch, which is alright in the first episode, to a whiny bitch in whatever. So his character arc is just annoying. Code Geass, I haven't. That is Code Geass. I like Code Geass. It's a little bit cringe with the mecha part from time to time, but overall, it's often compared with Death Note, and it is for sure above Death Note for me. Lelouch is just pretty good, and the ending also. I think it is. People say it is the best original anime ending ever, since there is no manga to Code Geass, and often enough, if there is no template to follow like a manga, they fuck up the ending. But Code Geass is still strong. I think that there was a new season or something, but yeah, Gintama, I watched a little bit. It actually has to be down here. It is quite alright. It's basically like watching something like Simpsons for me. Oh, what? No, what's a second? I'm super bad with names. Dyslexia fucks me over. 1 second. Gundam. Oh, yeah, Gundam. Smooth brain, not able to read. Yeah, Gundam. I'm not a super fan of Gundam, to be honest. It's alright, I guess. I can see if you enjoy it, but it has the slightly cringe feeling of something like Power Ranger. It's often quite over the top. Code Geass is still probably one of the better ones in that genre, so they keep it to a somewhat reasonable level, but still, it is a very intelligent show from time to time. But this, at the same time, yeah, they are flying around with the death robots and basically have the same power curve as usual. Yeah, at the beginning they just have normal death robots, and then the ending they are flying around with godlike super robots. So, yeah. But it's still fantastic. Boruto. Ooh, this series, I never really watched it, but I know it. It's probably one of the biggest ecchi series, and oddly enough, it was apparently super unpopular everywhere, but the German space. Yeah, Fire Force. I only watched the first season. It's okay. It's good animation, but other than that, I guess alright. But yeah, I don't even remember the name. But yeah, apparently this was not even very popular in Japan or anywhere else but the German space. In Germany, or German-speaking space, it was. In the German space, it was apparently super popular. Yeah, the thumbnail was funny to make. Yeah, high school DxD. Ah. Yeah, it is. From what I saw, there are some of the more hentai-esque memes come from that show. But yeah, I don't know. Ooh, the gambling. I didn't remember the name, but the gambling anime. Let's put it up here. I like the animation and it's a bit fucked up, which is funny. High School of the Dead. High School of the Dead I actually watched. I said it before. High School of the Dead was actually funny, but mainly because of how weird it is. It's super edgy, with camera angles that are interesting, with physics that is 100% possible, and then just fucked up zombies. It was just... It's not really good, but it's fun to watch. Ooh, Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter is probably up here. Mainly because there's no... it didn't continue. That if it had, I don't know, another 100 whatever episodes, it would maybe be up here. But that damn bastard series doesn't have Pokemon. I only watched probably, I don't know, 5 episodes of Pokemon back when it was airing, so on TV, I don't know, a decade ago, from time to time. But yeah, this one, once I get the title, it has several titles, but I think the title was somewhat on the line of How to Pick Up a Girl in the Dungeon. It's alright, I guess. Is it good? It's okay. It's okay. Noragami was quite alright. I think were there 2 seasons? If there were, the first season was pretty good. The second season was quite alright. Ooh, Naruto. People will hate me. I dropped it after, I think, 60 or 100 whatever episodes. I couldn't continue. It's just so much filler, and I didn't watch it as a child, so I don't have nostalgia. And since you said vampire, there is this very good vampire series. I rewatched it. It's probably up in top 5 horror series I ever watched, and it's Shiki. I don't know, it's probably somewhere here. But Shiki is Helsing. Helsing is a classic. I never really watched the old anime, so yeah, Dragon Ball is not really. I probably haven't watched this one. It seems like Slav. This one, Tower of God. It is pretty alright, but Parasite is probably up here. Tower of God, It's alright, I guess. It's not super good, but I like the composer. It's the same as in Made in Abyss and Shield Hero. It's Kevin Pinkin, something like that, an Australian. I just like his music. His music is fantastic. Okay, this one is also isekai, but it's not super trash, but it's trash, I guess. I watched it a while ago, just on the side. I think that's Bunny Girl Senpai. I watched it since everyone was hyping it up a lot. I guess it's good or okay. Yeah, it was quite good, I guess. I only know the picture, but I didn't even know there was an anime. I saw the manga cover, but I don't know what this is. It only looks a little bit kinky. This one I dropped. I guess it was somewhat popular, but it was also, I don't know, not for me. 1 second, I need to scroll up. This one was quite funny. Yes, it's good. It's good, I guess. It's basically the first reverse isekai where Demon Lord comes to our universe, then works at McDonald's. Ooh, Violet Evergarden. It's not the best series ever, I guess. It's not super action. I don't know. It doesn't have a lot of action or whatever, but it's a cozy series, I guess. Yeah, I would say it's good. Konosuba is fantastic. There's currently a new season airing, and Konosuba is at least up here. I think people will agree. I think Konosuba is generally very well regarded, since it is funny. It's, I don't know, it's every one of the characters just misfit, a fun misfit, but also not to a level where it's super weird or bad. But yeah, all still a little relatable. Slightly over exaggerated friend group. And in this one, it actually makes sense with the isekai part, since it actually plays a crucial part of the story, and it's integrated in a good way. So, ooh, Prison School. Prison School is funny. It is super horny, but in such a way. Some of the scenes are, it's more funny, dumb fun than anything else. I wouldn't really rewatch it probably, but watching it is an experience. It's quite fun. Just a dude in a school I went to, there was a teacher. A second, I need to scroll in. There was a teacher after I left, so after I graduated, there was a teacher with a face basically like his. Where is he? So relatively big head and super small face. I literally photoshopped the dude's face smaller, and people thought he had bigger, and people thought the super bad Photoshop looks more realistic than the actual face. So, sad existence, I guess. Parasite. It's not as good as Made in Abyss or Vinland Saga. Is it? It is somewhere around here, since Parasite is. It is super good. Yeah, I think that's a right place. I don't think I watched this one, or I can't remember. It looks like isekai trash. This one was actually quite sweet. Yeah, I guess. I actually rewatched this one recently, and this one is also, it's not fantastic, but the main character is just super fucked up, which I like. It's basically a little girl committing war crimes over and over again. Yeah, I guess. Komi, I haven't watched it, but I heard at least of the manga, and there was a lot of hype when it aired, but I didn't watch it. This one I know the cover, and there are at least 4 seasons, I think, but once again, never really watched it since, yeah, it was not in dub, I think, so I couldn't really watch it. This one I started but dropped. Is just horny, whatever. I thought it would be a bit more fun. I haven't watched Monster. I know it is supposed to be probably up here. Probably not up here. Up here is special, but up here. But I never got to it. I think isn't it also a German dude? A German brain surgeon or something? This one is at best. Nah, it's done here. Ooh. This one was interesting. A Japanese in Germany, okay. Yeah. It also plays, I think, in the 90s maybe, so it's also quite old already, but it is also relatively thought-provoking in regards of moral issues, since I think in the first episode it is like, yeah, a rich dude and a child both need the surgeon, and he had to decide, yeah, which one is worth saving the life, and he decided to save the little kid, and the little kid turns out to be a serial killer, so he indirectly saved the serial killer. So the moral dilemma, yeah, it's basically like there was in World War I, there was a soldier who reportedly could have shot Adolf Hitler, but he didn't, since, yeah, shooting someone is probably not the most fun thing ever. And imagine you are the person who could have killed him easily in war. I'm pretty sure that will weigh on your conscience. Even though, yeah, you're not really at fault, but still. Oh, yeah, what's it called? Not Darling in Franks? Something like that. The first few episodes, some of it is pretty weird, but the ending is where it's at. The ending is very, very interesting. It goes through the roof. Oh. And the discussion around waifus, it was basically like not Code Geass, ReZero all over again. So the online discussions were pretty funny. Ooh, this one is pretty funny as well. It's pretty hentai ass, but also the action is just, and the art style is just very fun. And it's overall, it doesn't really take itself seriously in a good way. I think that's Rent a Girlfriend. I haven't watched it, but I heard it is supposed to be quite good. But yeah, I haven't watched it, so... Ancient Beats, I watched it quite a while back. I guess it's okay. It's... yeah... mediocre. It's somewhere here, I guess. It's pretty alright. It was popular for a while. Quite a while ago. But, yeah. No, the top 3 are not all down there. 1 second, where is it? No, there. Look at this. This is one of the top 3, and in my opinion, probably the best. The big 3, huh? It has too much filler to be amazing, to be honest. Since it is pretty good, but everything up here is pretty good and consistently pretty good. Since, yeah, One Piece, it is pretty nice and everything, but it is 1,000 episodes. In 1,000 episodes, you could probably condense the story down to at least 500, probably even less. Still have pretty much the same. Since if you cut out every I'm watching currently the newest episodes. If you cut away the intro, the outro, so just a song, intro and outro is probably, usually it's 3 minutes, so 1 minute and a half for the intro and 1 minute and a half for the outro. For One Piece, it's I think 5 minutes plus a recap. So sometimes almost half of the episode is just intro, outro, and recap. And then the episode is just very often cut very short. They often cut in super long downtimes. So they get to their 20-minute episode. So if it were, I don't know, 200 episodes, you could probably, let's say 300, you could probably get a series that's as good, even better, but just a bit more concise. I understand why it's so long, but sometimes it drags. Everything up here is very good, but also consistent. And yeah, I watched one of the top 3. I even got relatively far into Fairy Tail, I think. Naruto, I couldn't. Yeah, you noticed they very often reuse animation clips or whatever. So if you ever watch it, some fighting arc, the amount of them pacing around, well, yeah, they are running, then yeah, they show the map, then they show a fight, then they are still running and talking, then they cut back to the fight, then they are still running and talking, and they basically run down a corridor for 20 minutes, probably in their time perspective for a whole day. That's just a bit much. But overall, it deserves to be on top. Where were we? Oh, I haven't watched this. I didn't know this. I know this, I think, because of the thick lips. I saw this cover, but never watched it. I saw this cover, but also never watched it. I don't know what this is. I need to zoom in. Okay, I saw this one, but also never watched it. Don't worry. There. Okay, I didn't even know the cover, to be honest. I have no idea. I also have no idea. I have to keep watching it, since, 1 second, it is a little bit convoluted. But I remember it was one of the earlier ones I watched. But I think the second season is a bit weird in regards of how it is continuing the actual story and whatever. And I think currently there's something new airing and so on. So I might rewatch it. But from everything I remember, it's probably somewhere here. At least the first season. Yeah, let's put it here for now. Ooh, people will hate me again. I watched the first season, but never finished the second season. Never watched. I watched this one. It was good, yeah. But yeah, I know people absolutely adore this, but it's once again Mecha, which is it is supposed to be very, very, very over the top, just in the nature of the series. But I don't know, I had to cringe sometimes. Plus, the first season was quite alright, but the second season was very, very over the top from the stuff I saw. So I just dropped it. I didn't remember why exactly, but I don't know. Just didn't finish it for some reason. Pluto. Have I? 1 second. I need to look up. No, I have not. I never even saw the cover, I guess. No, I haven't. This one, I know that it came out, but I never finished it. Never watched it. Ooh, Death Parade. Death Parade is at least up here. It is pretty good. Oh, okay. Yeah, but I need to watch Monster. I really need to watch Monster at one point. Watch party on Discord. Let's watch Monster. Oh, that's is that Fate? The Fate series is a bit weird from... It's all over the place. Yeah, I guess that's Fate, but I didn't watch it. Ooh, Soul Eater. Soul Eater was fun. It's not fantastic, but it's fun. It deserves. Yeah. There were some slightly weird hiccups from time to time, but overall, Soul Eater is quite okay. My Teresa Darling I heard it is fantastic, but I haven't watched it. I know, I have to be ashamed since it was one of the hottest series when it came out. It still has a bit of a following. But yeah, I haven't watched it. Ooh. What was the name? The name was basically the same like Doro to Doro, but it is something with D and repeating. It is pretty good. I watched it. It's a bit weird since there are several timelines and character which are interwoven into each other, but overall, it's pretty good. Oh, Dress Up Darling? You haven't watched? Or you mean this one? This one you should watch. It is pretty cool. Claymore? I know the name, but I haven't watched it. It's supposed to be quite nice action, whatever. I think I know the cover. Oh, both. Now, if you like a bit more of a mystery with, yeah, it's a bit of mystery, old urban legends and so on, then I can very much recommend that. There are also a lot of pretty cool characters. The main drive behind the series is basically the character. The characters are all pretty fun. But this one is, I think I know this from a video where they are just talking about how weird it is, since those two basically hooked up, and then later on, his father introduces their mother as his new stepmother, and then basically he is hooking up with in the same house as, I think it's his teacher, then his stepsister, and the girl he hooked up with is also his stepsister, and the family dynamic is all over the place, I guess. The only thing about that, that's the only thing about it. I know, the only thing I know about it, that it is super weird. But I guess it might be funny to watch, or super cringe. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, this one I saw it come out. It is a bit horny from what I saw, but I might watch it since currently I really like horror. Ooh, I don't even know what this is. This might be Miraniki. Is it? There should be. Degenerate. How degenerate is it from 1 to 10? I think that's supposed to be Miraniki. I watched Miraniki since, yeah, it's a cult classic. It is weird, but it's alright, I guess. But for sure not higher than okay. Don't know. This one looks very degenerate as well. We should make a degenerate list. Where is it now? Oh, this one I actually enjoy. There's some lore behind it as well. General lore. But I don't think there's anyone around on this as a regular who remembers this lore. And I'm not gonna reveal it, so it's a secret. But yeah, it is pretty cool. I like the design a lot. I don't know, it's very good looking, and it's also just very nice and cozy, but also slightly fucked up. I didn't know any of those. Oh, Helsing. Helsing Ultimate, I hope. Since there is a Helsing and Helsing Ultimate, which is basically like Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Berserk is coming up. Berserk is down here somewhere. And that's gonna be controversial. Trust me. Okay. I know the cover, but I never watched it. This one. I remember this cover. Then Beastars, the furry fandom. I'm gonna watch it. I have it on a list since it is supposed to be very, very good. I heard a lot of good stuff about Beastars, and several friends of mine recommended it. But yeah, it's not really something I usually watch, but it's pretty good, probably. So sooner or later I'm gonna watch it. Never watched it. I know it's a pretty nostalgic series for that. Don't even know it. And then this one. I actually read the manga before the series, maybe before it even got announced, but I really, really like it. Yeah, since F tier is a bit over exaggerated, it was just for funsies, but I'm not a super Attack on Titan fan. But when we come to Berserk, that will be funny, the explanation. I don't know this one, I think. I don't know this one either. Oh, I need to zoom in. Oh, I think that's about a painting, something with blue, whatever. It is supposed to be alright, but I never really wanted to watch it. I don't know. This one is funny. This one is all over the place. I watched the first few seasons because they were in dub, but I think up here is alright. It is pretty weird, but pretty funny as well. Haven't watched this. Where were we? Okay, down here. Yuri on Ice is also supposed to be quite cool. So quite nice, but never watched it. This one I think the drawing style is funny. But I haven't watched it. Where is it? There. This one looks funny. What is it? I can't find it. I can't find it. It's gone. There it is. This one, I don't know. This one looks funny. Ooh, hello. Ooh. This is weird, but it was probably one of my earliest animes I ever watched. No Game, No Life. There are some questionable scenes in there, but it's nostalgia. It is at least up here. At least just for nostalgia reasons, it has to be somewhere here. Objectively, let's be a little bit more objectively, it's probably down here. It's not fantastic, and once again, I think this one is also not very well liked anywhere aside of the German-speaking space. So the German-speaking space was super into the series, but the rest of the world didn't really like it too much. That's why there was only one season, as far as I know. Now there is a movie, and maybe a second season in works, but I don't know exactly. But it's funny. So many I haven't watched. Though I watched a lot. I know the cover. Ooh, Cowboy Bebop. I even watched the whole Cowboy Bebop Netflix. Yeah, Tokyo Ghoul is relatively low since, yeah, it's pretty emo. Plus, it loses a lot of power later on. Cowboy Bebop is probably here. I even watched the Netflix live action series, and not just the first episode or so. I watched the whole thing. I'm probably one of 10 people in the world who watched the whole thing. But I did it, and I survived. And the last scene in the whole live action series is that kind of cringe where you question your life choices, even though you didn't play were an actor there. Where were we? I didn't notice. Cowboy Bebop, yeah, Cowboy Bebop is pretty peak. You can notice the age, to be honest, so it is. Yeah, I'm still listening to music. You can still, it is old, but it is still very nice. So if you are not appalled by somewhat old visuals, even the voice acting, the English voice acting is regarded as one of the best. Back then, where English voice acting was apparently throughout every series super trash, but Cowboy Bebop, it's just, I don't know, it's very well written. It's not something huge or groundbreaking, but everything in there is just very good, very competently made. And yeah, also I've heard from a friend that Tokyo Ghoul didn't just fall off in the anime form, it also has some weirdness in the manga. But yeah, it's been a while since I talked about it with a friend, and yeah, it's only secondhand, so I'm not super knowledgeable. But yeah, it had the potential to be very cool, but it is pretty ecchi, wanna be deep from very often. This one, I watched it. I guess it's okay, since I don't really remember too much. It's basically vampire hunting. Yeah, it's also been quite a while. I'm not sure if there is a new season I haven't watched, but yeah. I had to watch into this. This is one of the early, somewhat earlier, super isekai trash. If I'm not mistaken, it's something like getting isekai'd with your smartphone. I had to, and I regretted it. It's just such a boring written trash isekai. So imagine your typical isekai trash. That's it. It is absolutely one-to-one formula of isekai, and the only special thing, he has his smartphone. So huge. It's just fucking boring. Ooh, this one is funny. It has some horny moments, but overall it's pretty alright, I guess. I like it. It's also quite fucked up from a few scenes of it. To this one, actually, I knew that it is supposed to continue, but I haven't seen the new season. I actually like this one. It's not super groundbreaking or anything, but it is pretty cool. Where were we? Ooh, Moriarty. I actually watched this one because Moriarty is probably one of my favorite antagonists in all of fiction. The series is good, I guess. Okay, yeah. It's not very much Moriarty at all, but still, Moriarty is just Moriarty. It's, if you didn't know, it's basically Sherlock Holmes' arch nemesis. And I like Moriarty more than Sherlock Holmes. I know the cover of this, but I haven't seen it. I think it's currently airing. I'm not sure. Don't know this one, don't know this one. So, Moriarty. Yeah, I think that there's 2 seasons now. And it's basically about James Moriarty in his youth. So, if I remember correctly, Sherlock Holmes shows up from time to time, and they are already a little bit of the mental, not warfare, their trickery. So they already acknowledge each other as, yeah, he is a super smart opponent, more or less, but not really knowing that they are opponents. And it's, yeah, how Moriarty got to power. It's alright, but it's not quite Moriarty. I don't know. I expected something a bit different. This one I think I started when I was bored, but I think I dropped. But it was somewhat alright. I think there were a few funny moments. Where were we? This one is supposed to be quite nice, but I never started it since, yeah, once again, I don't really watch sports anime. This one I started since people were like, yeah, it is pretty alright, but it was insufferable. If I'm not completely mistaken, this one was just ugh. And hello. You're also showing up. Ooh, Baki. But that's the old Baki. I never watched the old Baki. I watched a new one. Baki is pretty fun. I watched more than you. I calculated through it. I think I watched more than 1,000. Where is it? I just messed it up. Where did I put this one? Oh, there. This one is actually pretty fun. I think this one deserves to be quite up here. I think I calculated through all the series I ever watched. It's about at 1,300 or so. Okay, yeah. Some of them I know are airing or I know them, but I haven't really got around to watching them. So, for example, My Dress Up Darling. I know it's supposed to be very good, but I never got to watching it. So I know some of them, but yeah, not enough to rate them, since I'm only rating them if I at least started watching them. Beastars Season 2, I guess. Haven't watched it. Ooh. This one is one of the few sports animes I ever watched. But I actually like this. I would say it's at least up here. Yeah, I think it deserves to be up here. It's basically about boxing, but it's like boxing with even more brain damage. So the people have an exoskeleton to punch even harder, and the main character is trying to become a good boxer, and is basically a trash boxer. then his gear, so his exoskeleton breaks, and he's like, "Yep, I'm still gonna continue." And he's just going into the ring with basically super armed opponents, and he's punching them without gear, since now, yeah, he has less weight, so he can be a little faster, and somehow manages to survive. But it's quite nice. And the character writing is also pretty good. Otherwise it wouldn't be that engaging. I think I saw this one somewhere, but I never watched it. Ooh, Log Horizon. Log Horizon is the better Sword Art Online. The much better Sword Art Online. It's at least also up here. Oh yeah, Misfit of the Demon Lord. Did I think this might be it. I might have watched the first season, but the second season is currently airing. That's also Log Horizon. I'm just gonna put that one up here. I currently watching this one. It is just doing something else. It is quite flamboyant and French, so yeah, quite French. It's not bad, but it's more like, yeah, I need to trash aside of doing something else to distract me a little while working on something. I think I started watching this one since it was super huge, but it's not really something I vibed with. And most of the people who like it is because of this area. It is more like a sweet, slice of life series, but I thought it was a little boring. Ooh, I actually watched this one. It's also isekai trash, but it's also funny. But yeah, I think it deserves to be there. Ooh, now we are getting to some controversial areas. Goblin Slayer. I actually watched the whole series, plus I read the manga. I think basically up to the newer chapters, and not just the normal manga. There are several side manga. It is at least, yeah, let's put it up here. It is such a fucked up series. I like fucked up series. And it's a very well written fantasy series overall, but it is also super fucked up. And I find that funny. It's for sure not for everyone, so... Oh, I remember that's Darwin's game. Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, not Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist is probably the normal one, would be probably great, maybe, but Brotherhood is up here. Okay, Darwin's game. I didn't want to lose this one. Darwin's game is pretty alright. I also read the manga since it stopped after the first season. It's, yeah. Yeah, Brotherhood, of course. And yeah, Goblin Slayer, one of the best advertisements I can give you for Goblin Slayer. They banned or wanted to ban Goblin Slayer in Australia, since it's such a fucked up series. It is the first episode is probably the worst, and people are, I have at least 1 or 2 friends. When I told them, yeah, I like goblins, they looked at me with disgust, since, yeah, the first episode is pretty fucked up. But it is a very brutal, but not really overly brutal. If you imagine a fantasy world like this, it is probably pretty accurate. And it's somewhat intelligent, so the way they fight the goblins, for example, some of the ideas are very, very good. Yeah, I can save it, and I might, I don't know, might post it on Twitter or Discord if people are interested. I forgot where I was. I wasn't. Yeah. There are very problematic scenes. So I can see why people would be disgusted by it. It's normal to be disgusted by that kind of stuff, but it fits in the very dark fantasy. So if you like something like Berserk, you will like Berserk is even worse, but you will like something dark like Goblin Sea. This one I started watching. It's quite alright. It's slice of life trash, but it's quite alright. Nice slice of life trash. I heard of this. I haven't watched it. It is supposed to be alright, I guess, but yeah. I don't know. Bungo Stray Dogs. I thought I already had this one, but it is probably up here. I like it. Where were we? Somewhere down here, I guess. Yeah, this one I have no idea. I never saw this one. This one I saw. This one is also isekai trash. This is basically like Sword Art Online, but probably slightly better, but only slightly. But just to spite Sword Art Online. I started watching this one, but I dropped it. I just got bored. I don't know. I see why people watch it, but it's not for me. It's a bit boring to me. Yeah, it's Kirito, but max defense and not as edgy. Where is it? I think I saw this cover somewhere, but no idea. Oh, I don't know. I never saw this one. I recently watched this one. This one is written by one of my favorites. So my favorite anime movie is written by the same author. The series is pretty good. There's a second season supposed to come out. Is it that good? Yeah. Yeah, it's right here. It's not as good as the movie A Silent Voice. Yeah, I think that's the title. There are several titles. That's why I get confused sometimes. But it is a pretty nice. One second. World Tiger. Have I watched it? Oh, yeah, like I said, I never even saw it pop up somewhere. To be honest, I have no idea about the series. I usually keep up with the releases, but I don't know. This one I saw popping up, but never watched it since, I don't know. It seems a bit like the the other one I dropped. This one, it seems basically like the same. So I was like, yeah, it's probably too boring for me. But I can see why people would watch it. This one sounds like absolute trash, isekai trash, but it's, once again, good isekai trash. Starts to be, that's it. Yeah, down here, probably. Yeah, there is some slice of life. For example, Toradora. It's pretty nice. It's pretty chill. It's good, but yeah, this one is slice of life, and I don't know. I didn't vibe with it too much. I can see why. It seems like something cozy and just, yeah. But I'd rather watch something like, obviously. Okay, I don't know this one. Steins Gate, I dropped Steins Gate. The second or third episode. I know, I said people would hate me for it, since, yeah, Steins Gate is, especially after the third episode or so, is supposed to get very good. But I don't like time travel, and it is time travel, and I don't know. This one is infamous. I never watched it. Apparently it has a very huge audience amongst women, and it is super fucked up. Prison School is, it's not very good, but it is funny. So I wouldn't really rewatch it. I wouldn't really say it's somewhere at the grades, grade one, but it is funny. It is, I think it's almost considered hentai, not just edgy. I watched this one. They have super trash 3D animation, but if you are bored and want just isekai trash, once again, it is okay. But yeah, Radio of Healer. That apparently that thing is what's surprising to me. They have a very huge audience of women. I don't know why, but yeah. This one seems familiar, but I don't think I ever watched it. This one also seems familiar, but I also didn't think I ever watched it. This one I watched. This one is funny. This one is basically a bit comedy. Yeah, probably more comedy. I guess it's okay. So I would watch it again, I guess, but yeah. Radio Fever. No. Okay, I think, isn't that the series that the fairy tale writer is working on now? It's basically fairy tale in space. I don't know what that is supposed to be. What the fuck? Someone didn't really attend graphical design school here. That's a bit overcrowded. Where was it? If you can't tell what it is, it's not really the best design. I don't know what this is supposed to be. It looks like it's sort of online. So I would say it's probably trash, but I probably didn't watch it. Where is it? Where am I? Okay, I think it was somewhere over here. Pokemon. Oh, yeah, there it is. I watched this one. It is not really good, but it's alright, I guess. So it's at most here. Let's put it here. It's just whatever. I saw this one with the girl with the yellow ringing suit or whatever. I don't know. I heard it's supposed to be quite good, but never got to watching it. So I don't know. This is probably one of the not God Eater. What's it called? Tokyo Ghoul later seasons or whatever. So never really watched it. Didn't watch it. Didn't watch. Don't even know this one. I know this one. It is probably realistically up here. It's just whatever. It's also isekai trash. A lot of stuff I watch is just on the side while doing something else, so I don't care if it's isekai trash, but yeah, some is more trash than other. Tokyo Ghoul as the first anime you watched? That's a bit sad. I don't even know which one I watched first, but I don't know, Tokyo Ghoul. This one is actually pretty fun. I didn't want to watch it since, I don't know, the title stuff seemed pretty weird. So if you hear about it, it seems weird, but it is actually very nice and competent. Yeah, if you like gore. This one looks very... Actually, my favorite list, you probably can watch them. And if you have a somewhat strong stomach, you will absolutely like them. This one is gory, this one is funny, this one is pretty intelligent and whatever, also intelligent. Doesn't really have gore, does have a little bit of gore, has a lot of gore, has a lot of gore, has a little bit of gore, has also a bit of gore, also gore, not really a lot of gore, little bit. This one is also pretty fucked up, so I also like gory stuff. Where am I? So online. I didn't know those. I have no idea. That's just this probably second season. I guess I'm just gonna let it here. I'm just gonna say with that the second season, first season maybe is all the same. I'm too lazy to switch around and stuff. We got to the first Berserk. This one I know from the cover. Ooh, Great Pretender. Great Pretender, I watched it. It is quite popular. I think it's a Netflix original or something. But I would say it's at least... It is good. Let's say it's good. Yeah. I would say everything from up here till here, you can give it a watch. Up here, you have to. Up here, you probably should. But the favorite, you basically have to know them. It is a requirement. I don't know what's gonna happen if you don't, but you have to. I'm gonna hunt you down otherwise. I have no idea what this is. Some of them. This seems familiar, but I don't know. This one I know from the cover. I wanted to watch it since it's supposed to be a pretty nice slice of life, whatever. But yeah, this one I know. This one is actually good. I think good is a good measurement for this. Also, I'm gonna get something to drink super quick. I'm gonna be right back. I don't need a be right back stream. I'm just gonna leave this here to infuriate people if someone comes in. I'm gonna be right back. I'm back. So, I think everything should be fine. So, where were we? That's the old bar key. I'm pretty sure I was somewhere down here already. Somewhere very wide. Oh, another. But first, I think I know this one, but I don't think I ever watched it. Pretty sure I never did. I think I also saw this cover. I know this, but I never watched it. It's supposed to be a quite cute slice of life. This one is pretty funny. It's probably not for everyone, but it is funny. Is it good? It is okay. It is pretty good, but at the same time, it's basically like prison school. It's probably at the same level as prison school in most regards. Slowly but surely, I am getting confused where to go. Oh, Gate. Gate I actually watched was actually one of my earlier animes, so it has a bit of nostalgia connected. It's It is good, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, it is at the good level. It's not... yeah, it's about a comic kill level of good. It is basically one of the earlier, somewhat isekai, but not really. It's not super engaging from story or anything, but it is competent. And just cozy, I guess. Oh, sadly, I never watched this Berserk. That's the 1990, whatever, 92, 98? I think something like that. Berserk. I never watched it, but I guess it's regarded as being alright, more or less. Compared to the other, it is probably good. Another is actually probably amongst the first 10 or so animes I ever watched, and it is up here. Easily. Yeah, it should be up here. It's probably one of my absolute favorite horror shows I ever watched. I'm currently a bit into horror again, but it is very, very good. No. I know this one. This one is supposed to be funny. Quite funny, but never saw it. This one I watched, but I think I dropped. It's just whatever. I know the cover. Ooh, I know this one. But it's basically about, yeah, androids, but the androids have to be discontinued after a certain period of time, and they have an android companion while reclaiming the almost defected androids. And yeah, after I think 4 years or so, you have to reset the memories of your android, which, yeah, basically means you have, let's say, a friend, and after 4 years you have to wipe their memory of you and everything you experienced, which, yeah, is probably not the most fun thing ever. Okay, furry guy. This one looks interesting in regards of the art style. Where is it? Too much. Where is it? I like the art style, I think. Yeah, I don't know. The art direction seems very nice, but okay, I'm somewhere here. Fate, Stay Night. Isn't that the same? I watched it. It's alright, but the Fate series is, let's call it, slightly problematic. Like I said before, the Fate series, it's all over the place. You can't really start watching it. There are too many beginnings. Nothing is really working together. Yeah, I guess. Let's put this one up here, since this one, those were not that bad and pretty funny. Yeah, I guess. Maybe, yeah, this one is not good. The 3D animation is absolutely disgusting, but it was funny. So it gets a slightly higher placement. I enjoyed it. It's probably not saying anything good about my taste, but I don't care. I know this one, but I haven't watched it. It's, as far as I know, some, yeah, degenerate stuff. This one, I also know at least the somewhat premise. I think this is supposed to be a demon lord. But yeah, haven't watched it. This one is supposed to be good, but also never watched it. I think this one I watched, but it is just whatever. And it's been quite a long time since I watched it. Since there was a German dub for this one. Back when I only watched German. Mediocre. Yeah, I guess. And hello. Nice that you join us. This looks like Bungo Stray Dogs, but I didn't know. That's the old Hunter x Hunter. I haven't watched this one. I know this, but I haven't watched. I haven't watched Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't even know what this is, as well as this. This one, I think I know from the cover, is quite degenerate. I watched this one. It's, I think, also a Netflix original. It's not good. So it's okay at most. Let's put it here. Yeah. Yeah, the degenerate. I don't even know this one. I think I know this one. I think I also I watched it, but I didn't remember too much. It's a bit of slice of life romance stuff. So it was alright, I guess. Not really something I enjoyed too much, but it was okay. Ooh, I know this one, but I haven't watched it. It's about a space vampire. I think a Russian space vampire. I think that's Guilty Gear. A Guilty Crown. Yeah, Guilty Crown. It is quite weird. That came out about the same time when I started watching it, anime, I think. It was somewhat modern back then. Yeah, at best. Yeah, it's probably done here. I know the cover, I think, but I have no idea. I watched this one. This one was also Netflix. Well, I often watch Netflix trash, since watching stuff on Netflix is just super easy. Having it in the background is just, yeah, having something in the background to destroy the silence and not letting my thoughts get out. I was here. The new Baki. This one is a bit fucked up, but funny. Baki is just super over the place. It is good, but it's not great. So if you like fighting stuff and gore, you will enjoy it a lot. It's probably one of the better in those categories, but it is also a bit weird. I saw this lady before. It seemed like a nice series, but I haven't watched it. I completely forgot it. This one is some degenerate shit. I know that at least. I'm gonna say, yeah, the one gate I already put in the rankings is already there, so this is basically the same. Ooh, Drifters. I think there was supposed to come a second season was supposed to come out, but I never heard of it again. So it should have been out by now, I think, and I actually very much enjoy it. As a creator, it is good. It's great. I like it a lot. It's also made by the same studio as Helsing Ultimate. So the art style is very, very close. This one is a very gory horror anime, but I never finished it. But the thing is, it's more comprised of out of short stories, more or less. So several stories that, if I'm not mistaken, it's several stories about more or less a curse or whatever that explain it, but in a different way. So yeah, it gets a bit convoluted, but yeah, it's horror, I guess. Ooh, this one, High School of the Dead. It is very degenerate, very much so, but in a way, it's super degenerate, over the top. But also, it is about zombies and whatever. So that put together makes it fun. Where was I? Somewhere down here. Oh, Doro. This one I watched. It is pretty cool. The art style is quite unique. But there's only one season as of yet. And I'm too lazy to read the manga. But I would say it's good. It's pretty good, I guess. I might rewatch it at one point. Hunter x Hunter. Down here. Beastars I haven't watched. This one reminds me of something, but I don't know. This one I watched. It's a more or less slice of life romance. It's pretty sweet. It's not really something I watch too often. It's not really what I enjoy the most. But is it? It's probably next to them. So there we go. This one is degenerate, I think. This one is very degenerate, I think. I already had the first season of this one and this one in the ranking, so I'm not gonna bother. Also this, ooh, Samurai Champloo. This one is pretty cool. It reminds me a bit of Cowboy Bebop from the overall art style and stuff. It is a bit older, that's probably why it reminds me of it, but it is pretty cool. I think it was also on Netflix for quite a while. Yeah, Samurai Champloo. It combines a bit of old feudal Japan with pop culture. So just the two main characters are complete opposite to each other. One is the super classic, super serious samurai, and one is this dude who basically breakdances with a sword, which fits together pretty nicely. Okay. I think I saw this somewhere, but I have no idea. It looks like just slop. I also saw this scythe somewhere before, but no, I don't remember. Ooh, Devil May Cry, baby. This one is a fever dream. This one is super fucked up, super weird, but at the same time, I don't know, I enjoyed it. So probably the best way to describe this one is a fever dream. There are scenes that probably if you had a fever dream, it would be more coherent, but it's funny. Yeah. I would I don't know if I would rewatch it. Maybe someday, but watching it once is an experience. I watched this one quite a while ago, but I think there was only one season, or the second season was not translated or something. It was quite alright from what I remember. It was never super huge, I think, but yeah. Was it good? It was good, as far as I remember, but it's probably, I don't know, 8 years ago, so take it with a grain of salt. 91 Days. I think I wanted to watch it, but I never did. It is supposed to be a very good mystery slash, I don't know, thriller. So, probably quite good, I guess. Don't know what that is. Don't know. This one I watched. This one is basically the little bit more childish version of... 1 second. It was quite okay. More childish version of this one. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get to another tier list today. I'm too slow, and there's too much to rank. Then, this one I know. I wanted to watch it for the longest time, but I never got to it. It is supposed to be quite nice, but also quite dark. So, yeah. I actually didn't want to watch this one since it just looks like... It looks weird with a dude who has a gun as a head, but it's actually quite good. It's not as weird as it might look at the first glance. It's good. Yeah, it's good. I think that's a fair assessment. Where am I? Oh, this... I think... Yeah, I'll also watch this one. This one is a very sweet one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's that. I only watched it once, quite a while ago. It's slice of life, but very sweet. Yeah. Somewhere up here. This one is also supposed to be very good, but I never got around to watching it. This one I like. Funny enough, it's actually a very nice and grounded series, and a bit into trading and finance stuff and whatever, but fantasy. And the funniest thing about it is the main author, the one who wrote the manga, is actually a hentai artist. So yeah, I think there's official hentai of the main character Holo, but I like her a lot. She's super sweet. And I think there's a second season coming, or the third season coming out, or it's a complete remake. But it's only at the 4th episode or so, so I'm gonna watch it when it is a bit further along. Elven Lied. I think that's supposed to be German. I think you can watch Elven Lied on YouTube. I think it's completely free on YouTube. I'm not sure if it's age-gated. It is probably, since it's quite gory, and I think you see at least one boober, but it is pretty good. But is it that good? That's down here. Ooh, we come to something. People will hate me for this. I watched every single episode when it aired in sub. I never watch subtitles since I hate it unless I really enjoy a series. It was before I read the manga, and after reading the manga, I still like it for the one reason: the animation is absolute trash. The sound design also not good at all. Voice acting, I guess, whatever. But the story is pretty well translated from the manga. A few things are missing, but the thing is, it is probably, it would be around here if you just judge the animation, sound design, and everything. But since the story itself is up here, this one is probably, yeah, people hate me, would be up here, maybe. Yeah, to be controversial. Now, unironically, I absolutely enjoyed the series when it came out. It's not good at all. But the story is well translated, so it is following the story beats of Berserk very well. So I read the manga now, and as far as the series got, they only missed maybe one or two major things that would have been nice to see, but it's still Berserk. It is just so good. But also, not really for everyone. So if you have a slightly light stomach, you might not want to watch it. It's quite brutal. This one I watched, but I think it dropped. It's a Netflix original. It was alright, I guess. It's a bit of a mystery, whatever. But, we getting to some of the good stuff. I know this one, but I don't remember it. I think I watched it, but I have no idea. I know this one. I think it was mediocre, I guess. I'm not sure. But since I'm not really remembering it, I guess it wasn't that good. It wasn't bad, I guess, but I think it was alright. And the music. I want my music back. Here we go. Now we get to some of the stuff I personally like, but I don't know if people even know some of it. Where was it? I already have one of the K up there, so I'm not gonna bother with a second one. There it is, Jormungand. This one is probably one of the earliest I watched and still has a super dear spot in my heart. I absolutely adore this series. It's not very well known, not at all. I even read the manga to it. It is up here, easily. I think that's the series I rewatched the most often. I watched it in German, and it was one of the earliest I started watching in English. So, yeah. There are actually some very nice ones coming up. I think I don't know, I think I dropped this one if I even started it. This one is also very sweet. This is an actually very, very sweet one. So slice of life once again, but yeah, if you just want a cozy series to watch, this is one you could go for easily. Yeah, I guess. I'm probably not gonna rewatch it, but it was cozy watching it once. Where were we? Oh, Shiki. Shiki is probably one of the best horror series ever. Where are you? There we go. The cover is a bit weird. And I only know the cover since I rewatched it recently. Otherwise I wouldn't have recognized it. It is at least up. It's up here. It's pretty close to another in regards of how good it is as a series and as a horror series. Golden Kamuy. Golden Kamuy is also very good. I'm waiting for, I think the last was one of the last seasons. It has, I think, 4 or 5 already, so it's quite long, but it is pretty good writing. Nice action, pretty funny from time to time, and also borrows some actual existing character storylines. And obviously, it's not really historical, but some of the stuff is based in history. So yeah, this one I dropped. It is supposed to be nice, but I have no idea why exactly I dropped it, but I got bored, I think. This one is a bit of a mystery, so it feels a little Sherlock Holmes-like. So yeah, bit of a lolly Japanese Sherlock Holmes. But I think I dropped it. I don't know. And some of the last episodes, just I don't know why, but it was alright, I guess. I would probably put it up to mediocre or good, somewhere up there. This one was cool. This one is also horror. Not quite as good as Shiki, but pretty alright. So horror / mystery. And a little bit of romance, but the horror part is much, much better. At least to me. Yeah, I guess. Where are you? I think that's orange. That's supposed to be nice. A friend of mine recommended it to me, but yeah. Ooh, this one is pretty funny. I think you can tell just from the art design. It is very, very colorful. And that's basically, yeah, how the series is. It is very over the top. It's basically a prison about those goobers trying to break out of prison. And yeah, you can imagine those colorful goobers trying to break out of prison. So if you like a little bit more comedy stuff, that's a very good recommendation, I guess. Blood D. I watched it. It is a bit older. It's relatively well liked, I think. I'm not sure, but it was okay, I guess. It's not really something I would rewatch. It's a bit bloody, so nice, I guess. But yeah. Ooh, I watched this one. This one is funny, but not very good. I only remember some of the very, very basic story beats, but from what I remember, it was mediocre. I think this one is one of the newer ones. It's about wrestling or sumo. This one is supposed to be very good, so it's also a little bit of an older one. Ooh, That Man Wonderland. That was actually fun, but there's only one season, so they stopped it after this first season, and it is quite weird and pretty bloody. Just the fact that some of the main character have the ability to use their blood as a weapon, so they have to fight, and it's about basically a prison where it's amusement park, more or less. So you can visit the prison, and the prisoner have to go through a obstacle course, and it's not really your regular obstacle course. It's more like, yeah, if you slip and fall, you get pierced with spikes. That kind of obstacle course. I watched this one. It's alright, I guess. It's about an amusement park that's basically down in the dumpster, and they recruit a dude to refurbish it a little, and yeah, basically the mascots are actual animals, more or less, so they actually exist. But yeah, there are some fun, interesting things in there, but well, yeah. This one is an old school classic. I've watched it since it is an old school classic, but it's probably came out about the same time as Cowboy Bebop, but it's not even close to Cowboy Bebop level. It's okay, yeah. But if you like Cowboy Bebop, you could give it a watch. I watched this one. I completely forgot about it, but I remember watching it. Once again, that was German dub back when the one website was still around where you could watch them for free, since I don't even know how they made money. It was mediocre, I guess. Oh, Pokemon. I know this one, but I haven't watched it. I think it's supposed to be a mystery series. I don't know this at all. This one is supposed to be sweet. I watched this one. This one is a romance comedy. It's funny, I guess. It's about basically a dude who is a master of rom-com rom-com games. So those romance visual novels. For some reason, he's got picked out to romance some girls and whatever, and he tries his skills learned by visual novels. So yeah, Weeb wants to date. This one is supposed to be very good. I don't remember who was responsible, but some person, I think the manga was written by someone or whatever, from someone I like, but I don't remember. Darker Than Black. Super edgy title. First season, pretty alright. Second season, pretty weird. And I watched it probably almost a decade ago. Mediocre. Mediocre is probably a good spot. Oh, I also watched this one. This one was also a bit fun and a bit dark. Basically, they use little girls as weapons of mass destruction. So some girls have mutations and they basically just use them as human weapons. But it's not very good. I know this one. This one is supposed to be relatively alright. It's an old school tsundere, so this is probably one of the earliest tsunderes out there. I watched this one quite a while ago. It's probably about alright. There are a lot I haven't watched, I guess. Yeah, it's okay. Ooh, this one is... Oh, How didn't I... Oh, I wasn't here already. Okay, now I got confused. Where is it? This one I dropped, but it's funny. It's basically a very cute series. So you can imagine very cute girls, but in the zombie apocalypse. So at the same time, pretty fucked up. And the main character, she basically had a mental breakdown and is like, yeah, she sees everything like it was before. And it's basically, I think, 4 girls and the teacher being in school. And she is imagining, yeah, it's just a normal day in school. We just had a sleepover in school and she's just going through classes and whatever. In reality, yeah, everyone is a zombie. Just a few of her friends are around, but she doesn't realize. She looks out of the window and sees a zombie walking across the yard, and she's like, yeah, that's her friend from, I don't know, the next class over. Ooh, Black Lagoon. Absolute classic. Black Lagoon is pretty good. It's not really thought-provoking or anything, but it's just cool. This is up here. It's done here with Helsing. I think Helsing Ultimate and Lagoon. Helsing Ultimate has better animation, but Black Lagoon is just cool. I actually remember this one. I haven't watched it, but it's basically about a teleporting restaurant, I think. Yeah, anime is weird sometimes. I know this one, but I don't think I've watched it as well as this one. Maybe. No. I know it from the cover, but never watched it. I know this one. Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell is pretty cool. Wonder when Psychopaths is gonna show up. Ghost in the Shell always reminds me of Psychopaths. Since I watched Psychopaths before, it is pretty cool. If you like sci-fi, you probably already watched it. Yeah, I guess. I never watched all of the Ghost in the Shell, so I'm a little bit lost in it. That's why I'm not a super huge fan as well. But I'm also not super into sci-fi. Ooh, Gangster. The worst thing about Gangster, there's only one season. And I think the manga is not finished since the author is pretty sick. He might have died at this point, since the info is super old. So when I heard that he was ill, but I very much enjoy Gangster. It's basically about mercenaries and a failed super soldier experiment where the children still have the abilities more or less, but also quite huge side effects. So they have to be all on a lot of drugs, and one of the main character, he is basically the child of a super soldier, and his disability is, yeah, he can't hear. So yeah, most of the children, the stronger their abilities are, the more side effects they have, which is interesting. This one, I think it was also on Netflix. I'm not sure. No, it was a Crunchyroll original dub, one of the first, I think. It was okay. It's basically Among Us, finding out who is the traitor. Or Psychopaths. But first, this one. This one is one of the very few 3D animated series that are actually good in regards of action. You notice the art style, yeah, it's 3D, but they actually use 3D animation to the best of its abilities. So 3D shines with very dynamic shots, very dynamic action, the camera angles switching around and following a character through motion. It's super hard to animate that 2D, but in 3D it's easy, more or less. But sadly, overall, it's not really good. It's cool 3D action, and it's about basically different gemstones having sentience, but yeah, you can imagine that's not really groundbreaking storytelling. This one is supposed to be nice. I haven't watched it, but it's supposed to be interesting. This one is Slice of Life, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, Psychopaths. That's where we were. Psychopaths is pretty cool. It's also quite brutal, but also quite interesting in philosophy. And also just nice action. So not the deepest thing ever, but yeah. I very much, if you like sci-fi a little, Psychopaths is for sure. Yeah, everything up here you should watch. I think I saw this one, and it was not good. It was meh. I think I even finished it as far as I remember, but it's barely, I can't remember it barely. Let's zoom out. I need more scroll space. No, I lost it. Where was it? There it is. It was here, probably. Ooh, I watched this one. It is a little bit degenerate, and it's not really good, but it's funny. It's basically like a battle royale with bombs, and they all get bombs, but different hand grenade bombs, and yeah, yeah. You can watch it, but it's not gonna be very big. Death Note. I put up Death Note already, so I'm not gonna put it twice. Didn't know that. Already put this up. This as well. Already. This reminds me of something, but I don't think I watched it. This one is supposed to be funny. This one is degenerate. Golden Kami, I've watched it. My Hero, I already put that up. This one, I think, is supposed to be a bit of horror mystery, so actually interesting, but I never got around to it. This one is also funny. It's actually a little bit of comedy as well, if I'm not mistaken. It's basically, I think, demon hunting. I'm probably gonna put you up here. Yeah, that feels right. I think I watched this one. This is a 3D, what's it called? What's that movie called? I didn't remember, but it is basically a mecha movie. Mediocre. Yeah, mediocre. So it is based on a live-action mecha movie, but Pacific Rim, that's it. I'm pretty sure that's Pacific Rim. Ooh, Full Metal Alchemist, but the normal one. Full Metal Alchemist, the normal one. Brotherhood, one of the best ever. Normal? probably the first half, probably not even half, first 30%. Very good. Afterwards, I don't know. they smoked something probably. It is. Is it good? Compared to the rest here. Yeah, I guess, since it's still Full Metal Alchemist, but it's by far not as good as the Brotherhood. Golden Kamuy, I already put it up there. Attack on Titan, I already put that. That seems familiar, but I haven't watched it. This is a super degenerate thing. That's the MILF anime, where he gets reincarnated with his mom. I don't know this one. Actually, I do, but I think I already put it up there. Previous season. This one is degenerate as far as I know, but also is supposed to be pretty bad. Citrus is a pretty gay. It's about two stepsisters, I think, that are into each other. I know it from a friend of mine. I didn't know that. Attack on Titan already put that up. This one is supposed to be funny. I know it from memes, but I haven't watched it yet. This one is supposed to have very, very good music. Okay, down here are a lot of repeats. I think I watched this one, but it was meh at the best. I'm pretty sure I watched it, but it was forgettable. Oops. There we go. Let's do it this way. It's easier. It wasn't bad, I guess, but it was forgettable. I barely remember watching it. This one was actually alright, I guess. There are several seasons. It's okay. JoJo. Okay, that's a Sword Art on. I have to put on in the Sword Art Online spin-off, whatever, since this one was better than the Sword Art Online itself. It wasn't great, but it was good. At least it was alright. Good is a little bit of an overstatement. This one also was funny, but yeah. How about you? It's basically bulky. I think I watched this one way back. It's a slice of life romance. It's about here. Okay, I think I also watched this one. Also slice of life romance, but it was, I think, mediocre. Actually, yeah, I forgot this one. It was okay, I guess. I think I remember this one, but I didn't think I watched it. I think that this one is isekai, but yeah, just whatever probably. Oh, this one was actually fun. I don't remember the name. I think it's made by the same person as Sword Art Online, but it's a bit better than Sword Art Online. I think it also is supposed to play in the same world as Sword Art Online, but in the future. So after the stuff from Sword Art Online. I think this one is about a reincarnated isekai wrestler who runs around in shorts. Oh, Spy X Family. I watched Spy X Family somewhat recently, and it is quite alright. It's not the best thing ever made, but it is nice, cozy, funny. I actually watched this one. Oops. It's once again Netflix. Netflix made it. It's not super good, not at all, but yeah, it's a bit of fantasy, whatever. This one, I saw it several times, but I haven't watched it, but it looks like something that might be funny. I think I dropped this one. I don't know. The series, it's fine, I guess, but it's not for me. Some of the series I dropped are actually not bad at all, but I just didn't really vibe with it. Maybe not even overall. Some of them I just didn't really vibe with where at the time I was watching it. Maybe if I rewatched them now, I would like them much more and finish them, but yeah. This one is supposed to be pretty good, but more story, whatever. Ooh, this one is gonna make people mad. I'm just gonna leave this at dropped. I know it is probably one of the most influential animes ever, but I don't know. I never finished the movie. For some reason, I don't even know why. I probably have to rewatch it at one point. This one I started since it was supposed to be nice, funny, whatever business, but it was boring. It was somewhat comedy, whatever, but it was... Lots of the comedy was just degenerate, and that's supposed to be the fun point about the joke or whatever. So I got bored. This one is supposed to be funny, but I think there was no, or is no dub. This one I watched a little bit, and it's actually funny. It's about basically a superhuman. He can do everything perfect. So a lot of memes come from that series. He's just the perfect human being, perfectly prepared for everything. One of the memes is, yeah, someone pulls out the chair underneath him while he wants to sit down, and he just sits in the air like a boss. But yeah, I think there is no dub for it, so I haven't really watched it too much. Okay. That looks very degenerate. This one is supposed to be quite sweet, but I haven't watched it yet. I might watch it someday. It's romance slice of life, so yeah, not really my main genre, but maybe someday. This one is degenerate for sure. I saw this cover, but I haven't watched it. Once again, the Moriarty, but I already have it up there. That's the movie, Jujutsu Kaisen movie. It's pretty good, but I'm just gonna have the one season up there and say it's the whole thing. Otherwise, it's too full. This one I actually watched. I guess it was alright. It is just a sweet whatever. I'll put it over here. I think that's the second season or OVA, but I already have the main season up there. 3, I think. A friend of mine, she really wants me to watch it, but no, it seems like something I would get bored with quite easily. Ooh, Princess Mononoke. I like Princess Mononoke. The movie is pretty cool. I still don't know how they chose some of those series or movies. Since there's a Ghibli movie, but for example, not Maneva tutorial. Is it amazing? Yeah. It's probably one of my favorite Ghibli movies since I rewatched it somewhat recently. Okay, we actually finished it. Oh no, there's another Ghibli movie. This one I don't like that much, since it traumatized me a little bit as a kid. I don't know why exactly, but it traumatized me. It's still a Ghibli movie, so it has to be at least somewhat good. I'm just sweeping over it a little, so I might not miss anything important. Like another Ghibli movie, maybe. Yeah, Moriarty. Okay, I don't know what that is. Didn't I put High School of the Dead up there? I think so. That's probably the OVA or something. This cover seems familiar, but I haven't watched it. This is supposed Terror in Tokyo, I think. That's supposed to be quite good. till I think a bit further than halfway in. It's a bit weird, but it's supposed to be quite good. Oh, I think I watched this one. It was mediocre, I guess. Oh, let's see, okay. Let's be nice. I'm pretty sure I watched this one. Yeah, I remember. But it was mediocre at best. I like the song. I don't know, I don't like this very much. Oh yeah, I watched this one, but I already said, I don't know, it was not bad, but it was alright, I guess. But some of my favorites are missing. For example, one of my favorites currently is Dark Gathering, which is a horror anime or manga, since I am reading it right now. It is pretty cool and pretty dark sometimes, which I enjoy. Yeah, I think I have everything important. Actually, I think I watched this. Yeah, I watched this one as well, but it was mediocre. I'm not even sure if I finished it, but it was just whatever. I already put one of those up there. Love is War. Yeah, I think I have everything. At least in this list. So yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, I think it was a fair. I like JoJo, but do I like it as much as some of those? Yeah, it is quite nice. Yeah, some are missing. Some of actually my favorites are missing, but overall, I think. Oh, yeah. Okay, no, this one is down here. I might have to move some of them up. Yeah, you go up. Since over here the third season was not very good. No, sorry. A Lie in April was it was not that good. I think I'm missing something. But yeah, yeah, I think I'm somewhat fine with this list. And I think this stream took more than 3 hours. Yeah, Baki is somewhere over here. Baki, it's not bad, but it's also not a very deep, thought-provoking or... The only thing about Baki is it has somewhat nice fighting animation and it's pretty goofy. There's Baki. I'm currently looking for something else, but I can't find it. Where the hell is it? I was super certain I put it somewhere here. I can't find it. Yeah, something like Baki. Baki is a series I like it, I guess. It's not really my favorite, but I watch it. It's alright, but it's not really something I would say is my favorite genre. I don't know, fantasy is quite nice, currently horror, but you can see up here. Basically, something like this is my taste. Oh, it's here, it's fine. Those up here are actual masterpieces. Really masterpieces, pretty close to masterpiece, but some of them fucked up with second seasons and such. Yeah. If you think about it, this is super fucked up. This is pretty fucked up. Pretty fucked up. Yeah, pretty fucked up. Funny. Yeah, a little bit fucked. A little bit fucked. A little bit fucked up. Super fucked up. Yeah, whatever. Super fucked up. Pretty fucked up. Yeah, also fucked up. Yeah, whatever. A bit fucked up. Very so fucked up. A little bit fucked up. Quite a little bit fucked up. Monster. The thing is, I know that Monster is supposed to be very, very good, but I haven't watched it yet, so I can't really rate it. I really have to watch Monster. There are some down here which I really want to watch. For example, Monster. Banana Fish is also supposed to be quite nice. Komi, yeah, Komi-san maybe whatever. Yeah, this one I also want to watch. Fantasy is, yeah, I like fantasy, so, but I also like very fucked up stuff, so Goblin Slayer, for example. So, yeah. Actually, let's put JoJo. Let's make JoJo fans angry. It's nicer from how it's portrayed. But yeah, something like Helsing Ultimate. Also super nice. I like it a lot. Black Lagoon. It's just funny. It's not really good in regards of storyline or anything, but it's just cool. Hunter x Hunter is also nice. One Punch Man Season 1, very, very good. One Punch Man Season 2, disappointing, but still good. Yeah, nice. I don't know, this is not very good, but I like it a lot. I don't know. Overlord. Objectively, it would probably be maybe down here. Yeah, maybe. But I just like it. But one thing, I can't watch the German dub. The German dub is so cringe. I would have to put it probably down here somewhere. I started watching it in German dub just because I was interested, and I couldn't continue since I had to cringe. Okay, then I give you a little bit of homework. You have to watch everything that's in here and in here. In here, it's not quite objective. Some of them, for example, those here are more like, yeah, I like them a lot. But Made in Abyss is probably one of my all-time favorite. Villain Saga, absolutely fantastic. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, also probably one of the best ever made. Parasite, fantastic. One Punch Man, fantastic. Dr. Stone, I don't remember the name. Jujutsu Kaisen, Mob Psycho. Code Geass, Doro, one second. Doro, something like that. Whatever. Ancient Magnus' wife. Just the fact that I basically know all the names. I never remember the names. Cowboy Bebop, Goblin Slayer, another. Promised Neverland, Cowboy Bebop. Samurai Champloo, Spice and Wolf. Jormungand, Shiki, Golden Kamuy, Psychopath, and Princess Mononoke. Just the fact that I know all the names tells you I like them. I usually never remember names of series. Actually, okay, I didn't remember this name. I don't remember this name. I don't know those. Yeah, I don't remember those two, but those two are also pretty good. Yeah, after this, I don't really remember the names anymore, since, yeah, but those up here, they are pretty good. And if you like fighting, then this one, this one maybe. Yeah, because in here there's still a lot of, if it's more about the fighting choreography, the second season here is probably the best action ever. And here it's a lot of story, but also pretty brutal fighting. Yeah. I like fucked up stuff, but sometimes I like chill stuff. So, for example, Dora, that's it. It's very chill. It's just very sweet. This one is fantasy, not very dark. This one is also not very dark. Yeah, I can understand. But for example, I also don't really like sports. I haven't really watched any sports anime, but this one would actually be... This one would probably be up your alley. Yeah, I like nature. This one is pretty good. We were like, yeah, talking a bit about biology. I like biology. And adventure stuff like Made in Abyss. Made in Abyss is just fantastic. I don't know. It's probably one of my all-time favorites. But yeah, this one is fighting, boxing. Yeah, you know this one. Anything else that's very much fighting? If you are into martial arts, Samurai Champloo would be... It's not hand-to-hand combat, but it's sword combat, and in a pretty interesting, competent way. So Samurai Champloo would be pretty interesting to you, I guess. Ooh, Drifters, maybe, because Drifters is just very brutal, but not really martial arts. Anything else that has actual martial arts? Over here a little bit, but not very much. It's more like street brawls. Yeah, that's probably it in regards of martial arts, from what I remember. Yeah, I don't yeah, it's alright. I'm not super fan of it. Yeah, but Samurai Champloo, if you are into sword combat, that might be something you want to watch. Actually, also Vinland Saga. If you are into combat, there are some scenes where there is actually hand-to-hand combat, which looks pretty cool. So the animation style and combat style, often enough, is very, very well made. One is here, and the other ones are... one second. Here and here. I know people are disappointed. Yeah, I think I started this one, but I dropped it as well, since it was just slog. It was just isekai trash. I want to watch this one, since the art style seems very fun. Slightly, yeah, degenerate, but I don't know. She seems funny. And often enough, I just watch stuff because of art style or whatever. Yeah, like I said, everything up here Some of them here are a bit more like, yeah, I like them, but those three, I like them a lot. So Vinland Saga for sure. It's for a reason one of the best ever, probably. And yeah, obviously Brotherhood. But yeah, here this is a little bit dark fantasy with, yeah, not quite a little bit dark. I think Tokyo Revengers also has a little bit of combat, so martial arts, but yeah, not very much. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna end it here. I finished one list, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this some other time again with, I don't know what, list, maybe games, maybe character, whatever. I need suggestions. There are some missing here. Actually, some which I actually very much like. But yeah, it's whatever. Someday I'm just gonna go over my anime list, and that's gonna take a while. But yeah, I think this is good enough for now. And I don't know, it was actually fun, a stream like that. Maybe coming up soon, reaction stream. Maybe, who knows. Since people were asking for this one for quite a while. Let's see if something else people were asking for quite a while would be also fun. Something is lagging. Okay, yeah, it is time. So I hope this one was a nice stream. So it took quite a while for just a few enemies, but yeah. And yeah, maybe tomorrow a bit of Elden Ring. Or yeah, let's say tomorrow Elden Ring, continuing the super difficult DLC. And maybe some other day this week, some reaction stream. I have a good idea what to watch. Since I'm knowledgeable about it, I know more or less stuff about it, so it would be fun to watch and talk about. So yeah, I hope you had a nice day and will have a nice rest of your day, and hope I see you next time. So goodbye. Also, before I forget, I'm gonna post probably the list on maybe Discord, Twitter, and maybe YouTube, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm gonna post it somewhere if you are interested in the end result and want to watch through it yourself.